You're watching the wrap-up! Well, welcome back, everyone, to the wrap-up. Again, so happy you could join us here for week one. We still got a lot of kinks to work out here. It's the first show. Everything can be a little crazy. We got some new photogs, everyone training, but we'll get those kinks ironed out. As I mentioned, just our first show here, but so happy you could join us. We're coming up here on our 3A schools. Let's go ahead and start things off with Spearman taking on Fritch tonight.
All right, here we go. And we're going to pick it up here at the start of the quarter. Christian Valles. A nice, solid first down run for the Lynx. And Christian going to get Spearman just a little bit closer to getting into the end zone here. A lot of good running out of that young man there tonight. And after a trick audible, look at this trickery here. Caleb Lopez going to get the quick snap to Reese Shields. And after pass, we're going to find Malin Salinas that gets him the end zone there as Spearman wins this one 30-20.
All right, now we're going to go to Panhandle taking on Tulia. This one an earlier game playing at Dick Bivens. You can see here in the first quarter we're scoreless, and Sean Kelly goes deep, and he's picked off by Caden Lynch to set up the Panthers. Then on the ensuing drive, Braden Durst gonna find Destin Huey in the flat. He bounces off a defender and gets the Panthers inside the 5. Now Huey had a heck of a game. I'll show you why later here in the highlights. Next play, Durst calls zone number, gets Panhandle on the board first here, 7-0. Now this one would go into overtime, folks. We'll pick this here up. You can see Tulia's quarterback here, Kelly, trying to score the winning touchdown, but it's intercepted in the end zone by Justin Huey. What a play to end the game as Panhandle wins it in overtime, 34-27.
What a great opener there at 4:30 there.
And that's right. And we have Lee Passmore on the phone actually right now for us, joining us from the Amarillo Globe News. Lee, you were at the game there. Tulia Panhandle wasn't expecting this one to go into overtime. Can you kind of recap what happened there in the fourth quarter to lead us into extra play?
It was kind of a ragged, pretty entertaining ball game there in the fourth quarter. Nobody led by more than a touchdown at all throughout the game. Both scored touchdowns in the fourth quarter and both missed extra points at the end of them. And, Huey was a guy you mentioned was a big factor. He had 3 interceptions after halftime, all of them deep in Tulia territory. And Tulia deserves some props. Their backup quarterback, Lance Brown, came in for Sean Kelly, and he got them going on a couple of drives there and kept them in the game. But Panhandle just had what it took. They got that first possession in overtime and took it in the end zone. I think they might have had a bit of momentum there in the fourth quarter.
Talk about the play of Dusty Huey there. Gets the big touch, or the almost touchdown there in the first quarter, then makes the game-sealing interception.
Yeah, in the first quarter?
No, he makes the big catch there. We're watching it right now on the film. He makes the big catch to set him up in the first quarter, but then at the end of the game, he gets the interception there in overtime.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was it was on a fourth down play, and Tulia had a couple of options that they could have done in that play. They could have tried to run it, but they're at about the 5-yard line, and I think Huey kind of looked like he knew what was coming on that play. He made it. He made that grab fairly easily in a crowd. And I think he kind of showed what a smart player he was. He did some good things. He got a few passes on offense day too. I think he got 3 catches for 30 yards, and he made some big plays down in the end zone. None bigger than that one in overtime. That was a good play. He looked like he kind of sniffed it out and knew what he was doing. Obviously, that saved the game and give the Panthers a W there.
All right, Lee, well, we appreciate you calling in for us here tonight. Of course, you hear from him more later throughout the season. So Lee Passmore there from the Amarillo Globe News.
That's right. Thanks for joining us, Lee. Well, let's keep it moving here in 3A. Let's go ahead and go to Stratford taking on River Road. Of course, River Road had a lot of seniors graduate, so they're in a bit of a transition here. But in the fourth quarter, Stratford Elks on top 48-6. You see Cade McBride on the quarterback keeper to pick up the first down. And you can see later in the drive, McBride going to run it in. Oh, sorry, that was Colton Lanning all alone there in the end zone. As you can see, Stratford winning big in this one, 55-12. Again, River Road had a huge signing class, their biggest ever this past year. I think they signed about 5 or 6 kids going on to play at the next level. So we wish them good luck this season. But what also, a showing there for Stratford.
Absolutely. Oaks came to play tonight. A lot of
rain
up.
You were at that game.
A lot of rain up in their area, so it's a good thing they were here on the road. Of course, Brian Welps there, his first game as head coach at River Road.
That's right,
well.
yeah. Brian Welps, of course. So hopefully some takeaways here to move in to next week. Now,
all right, heading down to Childress here. We already saw a little bit of this game. First quarter, here was our play of the week. Luke Latimer here on the quarterback draw. Untouched, 55 yards to the house. Childress would miss the 2-point conversion, only up 6-0. Ensuing kickoff coming right here as Jeffrey Lucido. Look how high he kicks this. It's going to go the distance. Wellington doesn't see it. Childress comes down with it, and they would recover that, lead it to a field goal. Childress gets the 1-point victory tonight over the Skyrockets, 9-8.
That's right, a huge win there for Childress. Wellington, remember, just last year they made it to the state semifinals, so a big win there for Childress over Wellington. You know, it was low-scoring game, but still close.
Hey, sometimes low scores are the most exciting to watch.
That's right.
Lots of defense out there on the field. All right, up next, we're heading out to Dimmitt. La Mesa taking on Dimmitt here, or Dimmitt taking on La Mesa. And early on, the Golden Tornadoes flexing their muscle. You get a huge block punt right here. And then later, Dimmitt Bobcats going for it on 4th down. They're going to be stopped short. Turn the ball over on downs at the 25-yard line. And a couple plays after that, they're going to capitalize on it. Jace Burleson going to power his way down the field. First touchdown under new head coach Rodney Sims there for La Mesa. Then a little later, coming in here for Dimmitt. This is off. Oh, intercepted there. That's going to be Burleson again, finding his way through the defenders. As do we have a final score here on this one? All right, yeah, La Mesa gets the, that's Bushland and Canadian. That's the final score for that one. La Mesa got the win, 43-13.
Awesome.
All right, so we have 4A block coming up next, which includes our game of the week with Canadian and Bushland. So lots of quarterbacks to keep out there. We also have a post-game interview in that slot.
Yeah, we do as well. And also a lot of other big 4A matchups as well. Borger taking on Dalhart, Littlefield taking on Pampa. Again, we're going to be re-airing our hit of the week, play of the week, in case you guys missed that. Of course, fan of the week as well, so a lot more to come.
I have a great fan of the week this week.
Yeah,
also.
You did have a great fan of the week. A lot more to come here. You're watching The Wrap-Up.